And a little more about some diminished arpeggios, how I use and play them. So first of all, I am not a sweeps guy or arpeggio guy. I'm not really the diminished kind of scale guy, but I do get this question a lot, and I just kind of want to talk to people about how normal people such as myself use them. So quickly, the diminished arpeggio. When I talk about this, we're going to specifically mention what is the fully diminished 7 arpeggio, and that's just like an equidistant scale. So if we take 0 to 12 octave, and then we split that up every 3rd fret. And keep going like that. Okay, so the first one I'm going to show you that's a really simple one to use, an easy one to use, is we're just going to take this on 15 to 12 and then 14. And specifically here I'm doing down, down, hammer on. And then down, down, hammer on, pick up the whole thing, up, hammer on. Okay. Pull off, up, pull off, up. That's a bad one, but this one. And then all we do is just move it by 3 frets. And then, sorry, one more time. So let's see. A really simple one to do. Now, we're going to add on to that and turn it more into a sweep. So let's go back up. We're going to grab the G string at 15. We're going to go down, down, down. So it's going to be 15 on the G, 14 on the B, and then 12 on the, so kind of this form like this. We're going to go down, 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 hammer on, and then up, up. Hammer on, pull off, up, up. And then we do that every 2 frets. Sorry. All right, and you can kind of see where I'm starting to go with this. It's all moving in 3s. It's all equidistant stuff. So you can, we can add one more note to that. We're going to add 12 on the G, 15, 14 on the B, and then E on the 12. So it's kind of the same thing we did earlier. We're just going to add the one note and do the hammer on. That kind of thing. So fun to do. You can get some pretty good speed. Backing up even further. So this isn't a fully diminished 7 arpeggio. It's just a regular diminished arpeggio. You do 2 octaves of it. So I'm going to take this from the A sweep position. So here's our A major. I'm going to take that same form and I'm just going to turn it to a diminished arpeggio. So I'm going to, on the A, D, and G strings, I'm going to go 12, 10, and 8 respectively on the A, D, and G. And then I'm going to get my middle finger and I'm going to put it on the 10th fret of the B. And then I'm going to get my index finger and we're going to go to the 8th fret of the E string to the 11th. That by 3. And the whole thing again, get some really cool sounds out of it. So the very last one that I'll show you guys is kind of based on the very first one we did. So let's go down to here. Let's play an E pentatonic scale. We're going to take those first 2 notes and then we're going to move those 3 frets up 1 fret as we go a string. So it's going to look like this diagonal pattern this way. So we're going to go on the E string, E to A to D to G is all going to be 12, 15, 13, 16, 14, 17, and then 15, 18 like this. When we get here, we want to adjust for the tuning difference, and we'll go to the 17th fret and then to the 20th, or to, excuse me, yeah, so 18 and 21. So all together we go. And what I I would suggest is taking that in threes like you would do for a pentatonic threes pattern. So either and you get this kind of thing. Oh, sorry. Gotta adjust for the fret. Adjust for the tuning. Good enough. So that's this the way I take them. I don't care if they're perfect or whatever. I usually use them for recording and whatnot. So the easiest kind of place to put them is sort of like what I would suggest using them first is tucked within a pentatonic scale. And when you do this, you kind of get a Dorian blues thing happening here. And then we can move it down one fret and go over the 5 chord. Or yeah, you do both. It doesn't really matter over the 5 chord. But let me just show you. So we've got what I mean by that. So let's just take our E pentatonic scale. So it's right, if you remember, just 12, 15, and then 12, 14, 12, 12, 14, 12, 15, 12, 15 on the E, A, D, G, B, and E, right? What we're going to do is just do the very first. Just incorporate it like that. And that'll kind of go. Bring in the blues Dorian sound a little bit. All right, be pretty cool. And the other place we can do it is you can just move it down. You can do that over the 5 chord. You sound fine. Weird, but it'll sound fine. Or you can move it down one fret and do the 12, 14, 13, and then 12, 14. You can do that over the 5 chord, and it'll sound pretty cool. So within a pentatonic context, like that's one place to do it in improvisation, and where I would suggest that you start using this kind of thing. So I actually got a track pulled up. Imagine that. All right, now I got my bearings. Here we go. F and 5 chord in this somewhere? Doing that. Can you hear? All right, that is a good place to do it. Over the 5 chord. easy to do. You don't have to be an awesome professional guitar player to make them sound good. To do anything with them, the quickest, if you want to just find where that's actually going to be, the quickest way to find diminished arpeggio is just go to the note that's like the tonic of the key. So that E, the diminished arpeggio that's probably going to most fit well in the key of E is the one that starts on the fret directly below. But I'm glad, I want you guys to see the mistakes, because I was a professional guitar player. I was a session guitar player for a while. I've done lots of live playing and all that stuff. Mistakes happen all the time. I just want to say embrace them. That's how you really kind of find cool stuff, by the way. It really is. But you have to be recording. So anyways, hope you guys have a really wonderful day, and I'll be back tomorrow with more of my own originals. The diminished arpeggios are very cool. They're very versatile. Anyways, I feel like playing. Oh, always makes me to the input.